Hello there. Storm Connell was named by the Dutch Weather Service. We're not going to get the really strong winds from that, but we're already seeing some rain coming into England and Wales. That rain has followed what was a generally dry and sunny picture for many places on Tuesday.
And are we expecting sunshine and showers? Because I can see a rainbow.
Well, some of us might see that combination, Sal, but we've also got Storm Connell, which is developing across our shores, and it's produced a lot of rain through the course of the night. Now, we've got a 21-degree difference in temperature north to south at the moment.
It's time to go to Carol, and there is a rather large clue, I think, in the screen behind her about what we should be looking out for today. Morning, Carol.
That you need a chamois.
You're certainly right, John, and a good wiper as well. Good morning, everyone. Both Sal and John are right. It's a wet start to the day across the southern half of the country. We've got a developing storm across us, Storm Connell. It's moving out into the southern parts of the North Sea, where it will develop further. It's been named by the Dutch Met Service, and you can see the amount of rainfall we've had already in Norfolk. There's also a huge difference in temperature north to south. In Braemar at the moment it's -8, whereas along the south coast, where we've got the cloud and the rain and the wind actually too, it's about 13 or 14, so a good 22-degree difference in temperature. Well, the actual storm, John, it has been named by the Dutch Weather Service. How it's affecting us is not so much with wind, but with some heavy rain. And we've got some heavy rain at the moment across southern parts of England, but also rain falling in other parts of England and Wales, where, of course, we've seen some issues with flooding recently. It's been a wet start to the day across the southern half of the country. To name a few places, Plymouth has had 32 millimetres of rainfall and Thorney Island 25 millimetres. So a lot of surface water and spray on the roads this morning.
Hello there, good afternoon. Well, Storm Connell, our third named storm of the season, certainly brought some heavy outbreaks of rain last night and this morning. Some scenes of disruption, localised flooding is captured here by one of our weather watchers in Surrey.
Now, our weather presenters normally have a good line in photos, and you've got a nice one today, Chris.
Yeah, that's right, Anna. There aren't not much in the way of wildlife here, but some beautiful snow-capped highland mountains. And actually, for a good part of the country today, we've got some spells of sunshine to look forward to. It will feel cold. Now, I brought about an inch of rain to parts of southern England with some issues on the roads. Further northwards, where we've had most of the flooding problems across the Midlands, there was less rain, about 10 to 12 millimetres or so. And so these flood warnings have actually stayed quite stable in numbers here. But these warnings across central southern England are new flood warnings. I do have some better news, though, for you, because over the next few days, we've got an area of high pressure that should mean that we don't see much in the way of rain.
One thing that was keeping me awake last night was the rain. There was a lot of it, wasn't
Well,
there?
I'm very sorry, because
your
beauty
fault.
sleep is very, very special.
Yes.
I'm sorry about that. I take full responsibility. But you weren't the only one who's disturbed by it. Let's have a look at these pictures. We had some quite bad flooding this morning. That is between Tonbridge and Redhill, and of course that really affected the trains. There were lots of cancellations, and they weren't the only area affected. Can you imagine that? That's pretty bad, isn't it? Yeah. There was a rain warning in place for the southeast, so it's no wonder some areas were affected. Also problems on Thameslink. There was flooding close to Farringdon, so lots of frustrated people. It dried up as we went through the day, and now we're changing to cold weather. So we've got this cold snap at the moment, but very much like last week, where we were forecasting highs of only 5 degrees on the Thursday, and then it went up to 15 by Sunday. We're doing the same this week. It's really cold today and tomorrow, and then at the weekend we're back up into the low teens again, above average. So if you don't like this cold, don't worry too much. It won't last too long, but it's cold tonight. Here we go.
Hello there again, and a very good evening to you. I'm not sure this one would have been rolling around in that rain we had today. Maybe we'll get a little bit of sunshine as we go through the rest of the week. But
thanks, Jane. Well, it's a largely dry evening out there for many of us, but we've got some mist and some fog already around. This was the picture in County Armagh a little bit earlier on. Northern Ireland's going to see some really dense fog actually through tonight. There's a yellow warning that runs until 8 o'clock tomorrow there.
Sarah, it's going to be pretty cold tonight.
Yes, that's right, Alfred. Those temperatures really dropping like a stone out there tonight, because we've got clearing skies out there. Earlier in the day, we felt the effects of Storm Connell. That brought a lot of rain through the morning. It cleared away in the afternoon. We had a fair amount of cloud, bit of late sunshine, and really through the night, though, those skies continue to clear, and that's where we're going to see those really low temperatures.
Windsor with the weather for us tonight. And Alex, I'm hoping for something beautiful. It really looks lovely where you are.
Well, Mary, I agree with you. It does look beautiful here this evening. Weather-wise, it certainly has been quite up and down so far this week. We had Storm Connell, that was named by the Dutch Met Service yesterday. That is now thankfully out of the way, and most of the weather warnings are expired, although we do have one actually across Northern Ireland tonight for fog, so poor visibility there. But great visibility here at the moment, but it is very cold indeed. We are in Windsor at the illuminations, and the trail behind me is starting to get a bit busier. People are packing in, but you'll notice they're wrapped up tonight because temperatures are already close to freezing across many parts. But the trail goes on for over 2 kilometres and is made up of over 2 million LED lights, bringing together 22 installations for people to marvel at, and it really is quite spectacular. I had a little look around earlier today myself, but as I say, it is pretty cold here at the moment, and we are going to have to prepare for perhaps some frost and ice as we head through tonight. Let's take a look at the air mass chart. That kind of paints a picture of what's going on at the moment. As I say, we've got that colder air mass, that air coming in from the Arctic at the moment, but as we run the sequence over the next few days, you'll notice mild air begins to push in off the Atlantic, so temperatures by the weekend will be back up to 14 degrees Celsius. But for now, it stays chilly, and here are the details on that right now. As we head through the rest of this week, certainly a little bit more rain to come across northern and western parts towards the end of this week. But certainly some spells of sunshine to look forward to tomorrow. But as I say, a pretty cold night to come with the possibility of some frost, certainly some frost, but also some icy stretches. So that's the way it is looking here in Windsor this evening. Rather chilly, but as I say, temperatures are expected to recover as we get towards the end of this week into the weekend, Mary.